Alright guys, so what the heck am I doing? Let's go inside and find out. Alright guys, welcome back. We're in my back office, so don't mind all this crap behind me. It's no big deal. Hope you can hear me good enough. I'm trying to mess with the mic settings. So what we're looking at here is a plotter of my property, and we're working right in this area here. I'll go ahead and bump forward a little bit. I color coded this. The blue is the property line. The red is the power line coming in from the street, and the yellow is the inner chain link fence. Don't forget we have this whole retaining wall and 5 foot fence on this side. This down here is the little shed I built a couple summers ago. Um, this is our workshop. You guys are more or less used to seeing that, and then this is the landing back of the garage doors there, and this is of course the garage. I'll go ahead and move forward just a little bit. You can see I've gutted all this out. I tore part of this wall down, got the tree out of there. We extended that wall, so that's what we're looking at. The point of this is I'm clearing out a space for a 20 by 24 pad. What that's going to be in the future, coming shortly here, is going to be a carport, a semi-enclosed carport. Um, the pitch of the roof is going to be dead center. Of course, the water is going to be flowing this way on this side and this way on the other side. I'm not going to have the water be dumping right here and right here. So why am I meeting myself in the middle? Cost effective reasons. I don't necessarily want to tear this workshop down yet. I've already got it kind of set up the way I want it, but now that I'm deciding to keep it a little longer, I can evolve it a little bit more for my needs. Same with the garage. We're not losing any space. We're obviously gaining a much bigger work platform. I'll be able to work on 2 cars at once under here. Plus, I still have the enclosed garage for when the weather's really bad. But like I said, once the carport is up, I'll be fine working outside. I'd rather work under natural light conditions anyway. When it's cold, I can bundle up and get an electric blower heater, and when it's too hot, I'm in the shade and I've got fans and I can get a swamp cooler. So it's no big deal there. Um, Many benefits of doing this particular project in my situation. The old patio had to go anyway. It was all brick, and I got tired of weed eating it every month in the summer. The old wall was not running parallel to the house, so that always kind of bothered me. Plus, this whole wall is just falling down anyway and it coming apart because of the trees. In the future, I'll likely just remove this entire part of the wall. Of course, this shed is actually using the wall as its base, but that part's all filled with concrete and rebar and lag bolts and all that good stuff. So this part's not going anywhere, but I'll probably remove the wall all the way. That's approximately where the tree is. Um, so of course we'll be coming in the driveway here. Once the driveway's done, right now it's still just dirt. I'll be coming in here and parking the cars, or working on the cars this way, or even I'll have maybe room for another project car here, or have a car pulled in this way. However I want to have it set up in the future. So guys, like this saves me a lot of time. I'm gonna have to redo some electrical work on my end. That's nothing to really get into, but again, this checks every box for me. It's a good patio replacement. Plus, it's a work area. This project is considerably cheaper than tearing all of this out and putting up a whole building with a kind of carport built onto the building over in this area, because that's kind of the future plan anyway. I'll be tearing this down and building off of the carport and putting a shop right here. Might not go the full 24 foot, only because I have a kitchen window that I don't necessarily want to block the view to the backyard. Not that I care, but in the future when I get ready to sell the house, it's kind of a, I don't know. I don't like doing things like that. So I can talk for hours of why I don't want to build back here. You can see right away we have a 10-foot building line. I can't build within 10 foot of the property line. Um, could you maybe get away with a permit? Possibly, but I haven't even inquired about that. When I first moved into this place, the original plan was to just put a building in this little corner with a 5 foot offset from there and a 3 foot offset. It's got to be big enough to get like a stretcher around a corner. Um, but then I realized I can't do that anyway. because of the 10-foot building deal. So I figure, okay, well, I'll just put it in dead center. I don't necessarily want to build in this backyard, period. One, I don't want to be rutting up my whole yard with tire tracks, and this section of the yard all year round is dropping branches, leaves, pine cones, limbs, you name it. So you can see here how many trees I have in the back behind my property that are fairly unkept, that I don't, and most of them are all leaning in towards the yard. And I'd hate to have a 3-car garage back here and 2 really nice cars and 1 car I'm working on and all my equipment, and a tree falls on it, and then you got a longer walkway from the house to the shop. And honestly, I had so many plans of putting a shop here and having the driveway come in like this, and just having the shop right here, and but I this 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 situation I had going on over here kind of always bugged me. So this again checks every box. It frees up a ton of finances now, and I can get some more equipment that I've always wanted, and I can just keep it in either the garage or the workshop. And to have a building this close, there are houses right here, very close to the fence. Actually, I mean, I'll be back here with my dogs or something, and I'll hear someone's phone notification go off, and they're in their house, and I'm like, I don't really want to put a building that I'm going to be using air tools and talking, making videos fairly loudly all the time. Like, I'm trying to keep everything as close to the house as possible for many reasons. Like I just mentioned, again, when it's bad weather, I'm not getting soaked, having to walk back and forth. And again, you can just sit here and think about the pros and cons of this little setup versus tearing this all out and building back here. Most of it is the finances. This whole project's going to cost me about 10 grand. The concrete guys are going to be here on Tuesday. I'm recording this on a Sunday, so within 2 days, the concrete guys will be here to take their measurements and make a game plan. So it's going to be about 5 grand for the slab and about 5 grand for the carport, give or take. Well, guys, not much more to talk about. I know this isn't the big grand reveal of this gigantic shop that everybody always wants. I get it. But I'm not going to live here the rest of my life. And honestly, I want more room for a shop as big as this yard. As unrealistic as that is. Let's be honest, though. I'm sure I'm missing lots of little details you're probably thinking of, the pros and cons of this. I could talk for an hour on this setup. It's really only going to make sense once it's up and running and you see what my plan is in real time. But I'm sure you get the idea by now. In closing, this is a win-win for me. Well, guys, sorry to cut it short here, but my HVAC pump thing just kicked on, so it's about to get very loud. But hey, thanks for watching. Stick around. I've got so much going on. It's just, as you can see, there's a lot to do and a lot that still has to be done. So thanks for watching, guys. Stick around. So I think this is pretty neat. At some point back in the day, they installed a little step up to the shed out of concrete. There was a little brick walkway I had to dig out, and all of that was under like an inch of dirt. I had been mowing over it all these years. I had no idea it was under there. So, and what's funny is where I stopped the wall. I mean, you can see how deep it was. Where I randomly stopped the wall, it's almost perfectly in line with the edge of this little slab. So I thought that was kind of neat.